Hello, I'm Siamecat. Today I'm joined by my friend Spaghetti.
Yes, I'm Spaghetti.
And today we're doing something a bit different. You may have seen those Super Mario 64 icebergs floating around the internet a few months ago. Yeah, we're a bit late. So, the first one is Duck Ring Riders in Rico Harbor. So, the Duck Ring Riders is, I believe, there are 3 piantas that are in duck rings, and if you talk to all 3 of them, they'll give you a 1-up. Did you know about that?
No.
I certainly didn't until just a little while ago. This is, of course, the tip of the iceberg, so it makes sense that there are ones that are actually are in the game and make sense.
Yeah.
Noki has a wife and kids, so there's this one Noki in Penna Park that talks about their kid and wanting them to see the sunflowers, and one of the Nokis in Noki Bay that is the student of the elderly Noki is actually the husband of that same Noki in Penna Park.
That's interesting continuity there.
Is being able to skip Bianco 1 intended? So you know in speedruns where you can skip the first mission of Bianco Hills?
Yeah.
So do you think that's intended or not?
It probably wasn't. I mean, they have the level order for a reason.
Yeah, it's interesting that the game works fine and is programmed correctly, and there's no sort of glitches if you do decide to skip Bianco 1, but that's interesting. Shadow Mario gets hurt by Flood's water, but not water in the level, even if you fill your water with that water. So, I mean, at this point we should just learn to accept the lack of logic in Mario games. I don't think there's really that much more to this one. In a story perspective, why would Mario collect the first airstrip shine before knowing what it is and what it does?
Shiny.
Yeah, it's shiny, exactly.
That looks like a star.
Must collect
Not
all
exactly,
shinies.
but
Must collect all shinies. Secret rocket nozzle, okay. So, I don't know if you've seen the video, but there is a video of a very famous secret rocket nozzle that's hidden inside the right bell tower. It's hidden inside of it, inside the map, and I forget if they actually found a way to collect it. I don't know if they did or not. But yeah, so far we're still talking about things that are actually in the game.
well, that's good.
So far.
So far, at least.
Mystery banana, same thing as the mystery rocket nozzle. In Penna Park, there is a banana that's floating way too high up in the sky that you can only reach with an infinite flutter glitch. And we have no idea why they were placed there in the first place, but we found them because of course we did. How do you get to Penna Park? Isn't it obvious, I think?
You get shot out.
Yeah, you get shot at out of the cannon. I don't know why that's there.
Now, I think originally in the beta there was supposed to be like a train system throughout Isle Delfino.
Yeah, that could be it.
And I guess they said we don't really need a train, we can just use a cannon. So,
Yep. Of course. Although, it is implied that he might have gotten there by a boat if you turn around as soon as you enter Penna Park, so that's interesting. Why can't you turn off the blender to get the watermelon festival?
yes. That's everyone's question. But I don't know. There is a glitch that you can bypass that. But
Yep. I tried it once. I can't do it.
This is very difficult.
Piantas are immune to things like chain chomps since they are pets of piantas. Well,
I think they're just NPCs who don't have damage.
yeah, I don't think they're immune. I think they're just really good at taming them or something.
Yeah.
Goober Blooper swam from Rico Harbor to Noki via an aqueduct?
Okay. But
Maybe. I think he just swam there normally. I don't know how he got on top of the mountain, though.
okay, well, maybe Mario launched him up there.
Oh, yeah. That could have happened, too. Missing yellow toad when you unlock Peanut. Okay, so this one, I actually knew about this one quite a few years ago. So, basically Delfino Plaza has a bunch of different states that can be loaded, and the one where Peach is first kidnapped, and you have to go to Bowser Jr.'s water vehicle thing. In that state of Delfino Plaza, you can find all the toads that are normally there, except the yellow one. The yellow one was accidentally placed out of bounds.
Oh, man.
So, there's actually a pretty easy glitch on one of the left buildings at the start. You can clip into it from atop the palm tree and very easily get out of bounds. But if you stand in place for too long, you die. So it's kind of hard to actually talk to the toad, and I never actually was able to do it. But in the Switch version, they actually patched that, and you can actually talk to the yellow toad for the first time.
Now he's back.
I think he says something like the princess is across the river or something like that. 100 coin shine spawns somewhere else in the flood when Delfino Plaza is flooded. Actually, I don't know if you even can get 100 coins during that sequence, so I guess you'd have to hack in 100 coins to see if that's true or not. Peach Beach is squeezed between Gelato Beach and Rico Harbor.
Oh, no.
Peach Beach from Mario Kart Double Dash. Now we're talking about
Geography in Mario games.
Oh, yeah. I tried to think about the geography of Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon in comparison to a couple of other games, and I gave up after 2 minutes of thinking about it. So, I mean, it doesn't show it on the map even remotely at all in Sunshine, so I think it's just maybe one of the other islands in the distance or something. Alright, we're getting deeper.
Oh boy.
The smoke coming out of Corona Mountain is the clouds Mario jumps on.
Okay, I'm not a scientist, but I'm fairly sure smoke is different than clouds.
Yeah. Yeah, whoever made this must have not really thought about that. By the way, this was made by some guy on Reddit.
Oh,
that's
the most reliable source on
Oh,
the
yeah.
right up there with Wikipedia.
Green Yoshi is unused despite being the norm in every other game.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that. In the beta, he's still in the game's files, but since there's, like, no green fruit,
Yeah.
he can't actually be used officially.
Yeah, that one seems kind of obvious. In post-game, did Mario, Peach, Flood, and the Toads go to the areas the way Mario went to them? Warps and cannons and pipes and stuff. Or did they go through it through the Delfino? Oh wait, that's a different one. I mean, well, they wouldn't need to because all the transportation would be available, right?
Yeah, I don't think Princess Peach is getting shot out of a cannon. At least not in this game.
Yeah. Maybe in some other games.
Yeah.
Mario Kart DS is Airship Fortress. Yeah, that's one. Delfino Express, you mentioned this earlier,
And in the beta, you'd have to get, like, I'm not sure the exact details, but you had to get, like, tokens, and the amount of tokens you had would kind of be like in Super Mario 64. You would have to have a certain amount of shines,
Oh, yeah.
It stars and then it shines in other games.
Yeah, that's interesting
Do
that shines aren't of equal value in this game, but that's for another video. Oh, I mentioned this earlier too. Other islands appear in later Mario games. Again, geography, I don't think so. Every other instance of beach levels in 3D Mario games after this don't really match up, so...
Yeah. Almost in Super Mario Odyssey, though.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
Too bad it got cut from the final game.
Another beta thing there.
Connections with Super Mario 128. Actually, surprisingly, I don't think it has as many as Super Mario Galaxy.
It's 128 there's a lot of debate surrounding that game, and it was originally a tech demo, but then Miyamoto wanted to make it more. I think one of the only connections it has is probably that it's some sort of sequel to Super Mario 64.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, mystery surrounding the Super Mario 128.
Unused locations. Well,
That's beta stuff.
Yeah, a lot of games have those. Koopas blend in the game. Yeah, there aren't really any normal Mario enemies in this game.
It is a...
So I guess they could have used them for placeholders.
Yeah. I mean, it's on an island.
So...
I mean, Bowser, he's on vacation. He probably didn't want to pay everyone to go.
Yeah.
Paid vacation.
If Mario's first job was to get rid of the goop, what would the other jobs have been? Ooh, this is a good one. Well...
Playing soccer.
Playing soccer, yeah! I don't know, what other things do you do in the game that get you shines besides...
Tax collector.
Oh, yeah!
The blue coin tax collector.
Yeah, that's it. Get those shines back from the Tanukis that should have been locked in jail because they were keeping the shines from the Piantas. Spelling speech errors in Japanese cutscenes. Actually, I wonder if the English script was made first. Maybe. That could explain that. Human Girl in Space World trailer. Yeah, that's another beta thing.
Yeah. That predated Super Mario Odyssey's human characters by quite a while.
This one is great. Who/where is Mario's lawyer?
Yeah. Well, Peach tried to be his lawyer.
Yeah.
But I guess the legal system on Isle Delfino is not equal to that of the United States.
Yeah,
So,
it ignores royalty. If Flood can kill the Phantom Manta, and it comes inland from the water, where does it come from without dying? Mario logic, again.
yeah, Mario.
The same thing as the Shadow Mario water thing.
Yeah. This is the same series where you can throw fireballs underwater.
Oh, yeah.
Also theories about that on the internet.
Yoshi can eat spicy food in this game without SMG2 effects.
Dash Pepper has special properties, that's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, when I was looking through this, this one stuck out to me as, yeah, the peppers in Super Mario Sunshine are different from the Dash Peppers. They don't have the same effects. Shadow Mario's tongue. So, how and why is it like that? We may never know. Flood beta elements. Oh yeah, this, going back to the different states Delfino Plaza can be in, apparently the one used for the flood sequence is actually one that was earlier in development, so it doesn't have a lot of the same textures for things. I guess they just reused that for... Didn't feel like making the whole thing again.
Yeah.
The Chuckster's intent is to kill Mario.
Well...
I mean, people would like to think that.
Yes, they would. But they come back in Galaxy 2, so...
Yeah.
Either they're coming back for revenge, or... I don't know, man.
Wave noises in the credits. I feel like this is just a fact. There are wave noises in the credits.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an island.
Where do Bowser and Bowser Jr. sit in the ending cutscene?
geography.
Well, technically, while that island isn't on the map, it looks very metallic, so maybe they placed it there or something. Also, maybe they fell in a different direction from Mario and Peach because Mario and Peach landed on the islands to the left of Delfino Plaza, so... And that island is apparently to the right of Delfino Airstrip, which itself is on the right side of Delfino Plaza, so that's where it is. Piñatas are stupid. Yeah.
Well,
so I can see why a lot of people would think that, because they did kind of confuse Shadow Mario for Mario. But my theory is piñatas are colorblind. So, because they're colorblind, and they're different creatures, so maybe they see things in ways certain animals do. I can see why they would confuse them if they can't really see colors in the same way humans do. Corona Mountain predicted COVID-19.
that's one of those, that's one of those things that completely discredits the Iceberg. But yeah, I feel like whenever you go back and watch videos that were made in the past, whenever you hear Corona Mountain, you're like, oh boy.
I mean, it didn't technically predict it, but that association will now forever be made because they didn't change it in the Switch version, so...
Well, they didn't really have reason to.
Yeah, they didn't have reason
change
to,
it.
but... it's still kind of funny. I'm gonna have to... Actually, I don't know if you still get demonetized for saying Corona in YouTube videos.
I assume if you're using it in the context, in Sunshine's context, that Corona refers very broadly to like fire. So as long as you're not making like a COVID joke, I think you'll be okay.
Actually, I thought it was Spanish or something for crown. Huh. Could mean fire too. Creepy instruments used in the credits? What? I don't think so. How does a wooden boat survive lava, but not a small crash? This is a Mario game.
Maybe it's just like that leaf,
Oh yeah.
but instead of, I mean, it isn't lava. Maybe Professor Egad rigged it. So he has this really strong fire-resistant wood, but as soon as you touch anything, it completely destroys itself.
Actually, before we continue, there are actually a couple things that aren't on this iceberg that I wanted to mention. One is it a prequel or a sequel or to Luigi's Mansion, or does it in some way confirm that it's part of the actual timeline because Egad is mentioned several times?
I feel Egad. I mean, I assume that Sunshine is canon.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make a Mario timeline with all the spin-offs or anything because that would not make any sense.
The interesting thing is that no other spin-off series is mentioned that much in the main series as much as Luigi's Mansion, so it doesn't really impact or really change that much, so it could be true. Final boss area is in space. Well, it does look like space, but...
You have to go pretty high on those clouds to get to space.
Yeah.
I was going to ask how do they breathe, but then Super Mario Galaxy. So.
Yeah. Oh right, I forgot to mention the other thing that is on this iceberg, and that was the Noki Bay book.
There's more beta elements.
Yeah, except this beta element is actually left in the game, similar to the Mystery Banana and Secret Rocket Nozzle, but this one can actually pretty easily be seen by the player, and it's just there. We don't know why it's there. In I could ask the Sunshine developers about one thing, it would be that. Images of various beta gameplay is used for water textures. Maybe, I don't know anything about texturing. Super Mario 64 is not in the timeline since the end of Super Mario World. It was said that Mario and Peach would take a vacation. Well, that's a bit of a stretch.
That doesn't specify what vacation specifically, but that does raise an interesting point. What about if the 64? If it is canon, is 64 canon or 64 DS canon?
Oh yeah.
I feel like you can't have both canon at the same in the same timeline. But it's a Mario game.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the timeline isn't meant to be in the actual order the game is releasing. So just because it doesn't make sense from Super Mario World to Super Mario Sunshine doesn't mean 64 just isn't in there entirely. It's probably somewhere else in there. How does Mario get out of places like the windmill, the secrets, and the King Boo boss arena? Ooh. Well, it's proven in the ending of Super Mario Galaxy that Power Stars and Grand Stars let Mario be able to fly, so maybe Shine Sprites do the same thing. Nokis are banned from Delfino Plaza, and they forgot to mention Rico Harbor, Bianco Hills, and Beyonda Village. Are they banned from all those places?
I feel like they just don't like it very much.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't get along too well with the Piantas. I don't know if they have any problems with each other. I just think maybe they're just not native to that area and they like to stay in their native habitat.
Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch to say they're banned. The Yoshi Go Round uses Yoshis that have been drugged to death. What?
I think that's a little bit of a stretch.
I feel like he created this one just for the sake of creating one. The owner of Hotel Delfino overwhelms its workers. I mean, I can kind of see that because if you talk to a couple of managers, they do say, I don't know what's going on, he just told me to say this. Maybe. The game was originally never supposed to have Shadow Mario revealed to be Bowser Jr., but as Bowser. I don't think that would make much sense in terms of size, first off.
Yeah, Bowser's pretty big.
Yeah.
Well, they would have to, if it was late in development, then they would have to, unless Bowser Jr. was already in the game at that point. Bowser Jr., this was his first appearance.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen anything in the beta videos that talk about that, so I don't think it's true. What does Il Piantissimo, how do I pronounce it? Il Piantissimo, yeah, do with the magic paintbrush? So if you don't get 100%, if you don't want to get all 120 shine sprites and you complete the game, then the ending picture you get instead of the postcard people like to complain about is a picture of Il Piantissimo holding or looking at the magic paintbrush in Gelato Beach. I think it's just up to interpretation what he did with that. Maybe that's the bad ending and he takes over the world or something.
Is he trustworthy?
Yeah, we don't even know who Il Piantissimo is. That's another thing. Who even is he? People say that if you take off his mask, he looks like some Zelda character.
Yeah, I've heard that, and that explains why he likes to run, because
oh yeah, I think it was called a Running Man or something,
yeah.
but that would make people believe that the Mario and Zelda series are connected, and I don't want it to even start to get into that.
Now we're gonna get how the Donkey Kong universe is connected to Banjo-Kazooie, and then we're gonna have this whole mess of Zelda is connected to Banjo-Kazooie, and that's called Smash Ultimate. We don't need to get into that.
Yeah. How did Bowser and Junior get to the island? I don't know.
I mean, this is at the bottom of the list?
Yeah, is this at the bottom of the list?
They could have just, taken a boat or a plane.
Oh, they do have that water vehicle thing, but travel to in a park, so maybe that's how they got there. And that was the entire Super Mario Sunshine Iceberg. That took a while. That was a big iceberg with a lot of topics that took a little longer to explain than some of the ones in the 64 Iceberg. I didn't want to do a generic Super Mario 64 Iceberg video because everyone was doing that. So when people started making icebergs on different videos, I thought that could be a unique video for some discussion. So yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time.